Hello everyone, GameGoddessFee here. We are back with more Ace Attorney tonight. I'm saving Skyward Sword for tomorrow, so yeah, I hope you all are having a wonderful evening. Hey, Dolphin Power, how are you tonight? Happily ever got winter. Thank you. Yes, I am enjoying my winter. You know, I love the winter. I love the cold weather. You know, I'm a December baby, so yeah, so we're gonna finish this last case. Then are we gonna focus on Ace Attorney, the last case in January? Pluminator, I have Pluminator, and he started the stream prematurely. I wasn't trying to get on until 7 and he hit the button. So is your mic working? I didn't go through the mic test or nothing. Is it working?
Nope.
Okay, it sounds like it is, but yeah. I hope you all enjoyed and thank you for watching. Hit that like button for me. Or what you say, smash that like button for me. I'd appreciate it. All right, so is this where we was? Right here. Okay, we got Ace Attorney. Let me just read the title. Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, Episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings, Part 1-2, Trial. All right, so February 16th, 1:14 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 4. Mr. Foley. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up. This is not his voice.
Let's go.
I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up.
Thanks, we're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime.
Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we've got to get past.
Obstacle?
Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policeman anyway?
Motive, huh? Ooh, I know you are glad. 2 weeks? I had 2 weeks out in November. They wasn't the consecutive, but I had the week of Thanksgiving and like the first week of November, and it felt so good. So I know you're glad you're out 2 weeks. Finally, look, winter break. But that's good. I'm happy for you. Just relax, enjoy, and yeah. And once Christmas time comes, you can enjoy that. And the new year. Oh, where's my camera? I forgot to turn it on. Okay, there it goes.
Anyway, we're still badly in need of information.
Information, right.
What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing.
What is it?
Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Mr. Zebra Boy is on death row for.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never failed.
Mr. Follis, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago.
Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture, it reminds me of everything. Bridge looks same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart at any minute.
So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years?
Sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute.
It's true, I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Your girlfriend, huh?
Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne?
The victim's last name.
Dahlia Hawthorne, Valerie's little sister.
What happened? Are you serious? I'm just adding
What
words.
happened?
What? Are you serious? The girl let her go.
Shut up! Come closer, and I kill her!
Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first I thought shooting someone was for... At first I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I could understand why she did it.
Wrong! No protect, sister! Valerie betrayed me! Betrayed us!
What do you mean she betrayed you?
Everything! All fibs! All make-believe! Kidnapping too!
A make-believe kidnapping?
Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel.
Did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas.
I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says.
Anything Dahlia says? Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie too.
Valerie was in on it?
Dahlia's family's rich. Jewelry business. We get one jewel. That's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note we sent to her dad. Asked for $2 million diamond. Tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer cause she knew detective.
Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright. In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh?
Yeah, but that woman!
How is he chewing on that ball? Anyway.
That woman, Valerie, she do it for real. She shoot me for real.
She shoot at me.
She shoot at me for real. Me and Dahlia. I was shot in arm. Dahlia, she jump in river.
Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you?
I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over.
And that's when they decide to give you the death sentence.
I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me.
That man, Terry Follis, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below. So Dahlia done changed her name.
These 5 years, all I wonder is why? 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 Why did she fib? That's all I want to know.
So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself.
Yes, but I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her, just ask why. Why? Why did you fib? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear answer come from her mouth. That's all.
So that's why you made a crazy escape like that.
Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. False, where is it?
Huh? Where's what?
Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it?
I don't know.
Huh? You don't know?
No, really, I don't know. It's gone. With Dahlia.
With Dahlia?
That day, on the bridge. Dahlia put it in the backpack. Now gone. With Dahlia. Gone forever. Into Eagle River. Into Eagle River! Into Eagle River.
So that's the plot, huh? It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute. You can come back in now. We're about ready to go. Mr. Fallis, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne?
Never found her. My sweet Dahlia.
They never found her?
Swallowed by river. Gone. Dahlia. My teen angel.
Your teen angel? How old was she anyway?
Just 14.
14? I guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds.
Plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth $2 million. Man, oh man, angels these days.
Paulus takes the fall and gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel, or is she really a...
It's time, kitten. Looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now.
What's up, Yeety? Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, Sharonada, them beans were good. Yeah, them beans were good. Where are they, Yeety? You bet. Diamond added to the court record, a $2 million gem used as ransom for Dahlia, lost to Eagle River 5 years ago.
The training wheels come off now, Mia. You've got to strike while the iron is hot.
He deserved the death penalty.
He was 25 and Dahlia was 14 at the time, so he was 20 years old 5 years ago, and Dahlia was just 14. Anyway.
You was robbing cradles before diamonds. That's one of my rules. Remember it.
February 16, 1:49 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Fallis. Witness, are you feeling better? Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best. You're a brave young lady. Not this again.
I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is...
What are you talking about?
My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman?
It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer. Her motive, I figured that's what I had to establish next. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive? Yes, of course. I think.
You're still acting as tame as ever, kitten. Oh, wait. Okay. You're still acting as tame as a kitten.
Mr. Armando?
Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro.
Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me, may I speak, Mr. Judge? Of course. Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like. I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true. I see you're an honest and upstanding young lady.
It looks like this witness is a real professional.
What do you mean?
Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click, she lights right up.
Very well then, let's hear what the witness has to say. This girl, she's been terrible her whole life. Goodness. Witness testimony, Melissa Foster's history. I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college. I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. Out of the country, eh?
Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder.
Indeed.
You're up to the bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile.
Bet. Somehow I'd have to tie her to this case. Cross-examination, Melissa Foster's history. I was out of the country until the year before last. Oop.
You forgot how to play the game, y'all.
I'm doing like the other night when I was playing Skyward Sword. So, what country were you living in then? We were all living abroad, but after my parents were killed.
It was a brutal civil war. She had to try to make her way back home alone.
I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification. What kind of sob story is this? What do I do? Should I press for details? No, Mia, you got to press it harder. Witness, answer my question. I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in?
Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether this witness has any connection to this case.
I lived abroad ever since I was a little girl. That's why I could never have known Mr. Follis or Detective Hawthorne.
Yes, I think we've established that point.
Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what you just stated to the official's testimony? Yes, please, Mr. Judge. Naturally, I didn't know either the victim or the defendant. You didn't know either person? Are you certain of that? Yes, I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people. Oh well, that can't be helped. Why is he just agreeing with everything that comes out of her mouth? the first time you saw either of them was when they were on the bridge, correct? Yes, it really was a coincidence. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. So what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway? I just love being outdoors, picnics, hiking, you know, that sort of thing. Don't look like much of a hiker to me. But you do look like a digger of sorts.
What type of digger?
But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here and no trains run through there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to. Well, I went there once with the college hiking club. She said she just never went there before. I fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty and its cold yet romantic gloominess. Didn't know you were such a goth. By the way, what's the name of your college?
The prosecution objects to any questions that involve the witness's private life. All that matters is that she is a material witness to a crime. The witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious in intent.
Thank you. She's really gone too far. Miss Faye, you're treading on thin ice here. I hardly said anything. Talk about sensitive. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Perhaps, but your behavior that day was very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car. Well, that's...
Unfortunately, Miss Faye, your last statement proves nothing.
Oh, really? And why? Why is that?
The witness came to the police station once to identify the suspect. It's entirely possible that, at that time, an officer showed her this photo.
That seems like a rather serious mistake.
That's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book.
That's not fair. That wicked inmate, I'll never be able to forget that horrible day. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. How'd she know that? A grudge? Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death.
Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such a deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt.
My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges. He seems rather forgetful, your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well. What do you mean by that? Your client, he forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well. Well, she's right about that. Mr. Follis is kind of forgetful. Frisk harder? You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that? Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right?
Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification.
Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me. That's true. He's clearly a bitter man. This is bad. Mr. Fowler's reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What should I do with that last statement? What was her last statement? I forgot.
It was 2 seconds ago.
Just leave it alone?
No.
have it added to the court record. Your Honor, what the witness said just now was tremendously important. I'd like it added to the official testimony.
The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point.
No, that's not why Enough, witness, if you would. My pleasure, Mr. Judge. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. I can't let her get away with these fibs.
Listen to me. She's neck deep in the whole thing. Somehow, you're just going to have to get oh my god. Somehow, you're just going to have to get to show. What? Okay. Somehow, you're just going to have to get her to show the court her true self.
I was out of the country until the year before last. Is this the first step?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Naturally, I didn't know either the victim or the defendant. She just had said. Didn't know either person. Are you certain of that? Yes, I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people. The first time you saw either of them was when they were on the bridge, correct? Yes, it really was a coincidence. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. Let me see, what can I get on her? Took the witness photo with it. Talk to Dahlia.
Talk to Dahlia.
But she don't know she Dahlia yet. Let me see. Taken by the witness bridge unchanged for 5 years. Hold on. How can we pin this lady to this? I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Nah, that's not it. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before.
Maybe you was right. That other statement. We had her at.
I didn't know either the victim or the defendant. Which one?
I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
Now, what you say now?
I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
She wasn't wearing a white scarf. What they got to do with anything?
Well, we know that she's the woman on the bridge.
Yeah.
Which means she have to have been wearing a white scarf.
Do Neil know that? She the woman on the bridge?
Mia suspects that she knows that she was the woman on the bridge. The last episode.
I know, I forgot to go back and look at that episode.
Really?
I did.
Did you drink your coffee?
And I drank some coffee, but I forgot what happened on the bridge. Oh, okay. I remember now. I remember. Mia did suspect her because she would have been, she couldn't have been able to see, the car and everything where she supposedly been standing over that mountain. on the other side of the mountain. Okay, let me see. And that was for the case, this current case with Valerie. And it was tea that I drank, not coffee. Look, I was working off a 3-hour sleep that night when we first played this case. Okay. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. I'm trying to still figure out how can I get her.
Just say that she's Dahlia.
You want me to just point out that she's Dahlia?
Yeah.
How can I say she just put this on here? Present this.
Or the note.
Huh?
That or the note, I think. But I guess that'd be good. Ooh.
Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf the victim wore as identification. Oh, you were talking about this scarf right here, eh? Yes, that's it. That's the scarf the policewoman was wearing. I've got her now. Just don't mess up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. White? This is the scarf you identify as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me. Oh.
Well, it was foggy that day, and it was raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for white.
That's not even what we was going for.
Yeah.
Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf. Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but there's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is... Oh my goodness, they went a whole different direction.
The ball now left the field.
Okay, the reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is...
The note? Did you read the note before? I already know how this case turns out, but... Yeah, the note.
Witness, have you ever seen this note? A note? No, never. It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have. I wonder about that. What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Fowler's instruction to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear a white scarf for identification.
White scarf? Ah!
Witness, you knew what this note said. And it's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said white scarf. Well, Miss Foster. No! Order. Mr. Edward, I'm waiting for an explanation.
I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public.
And yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said. In the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Follis is one. The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person. Did you say one more person?
That's right. A person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kid?
Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was... Who is this right here? I guess I present her, Dahlia Hawthorne. Valerie's younger sis, victim of the kidnap/murder, fell from bridge, no body found.
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
And that person is Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before. Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time there is her name right there. What's this? So who is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne?
Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life.
The dead?
Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago.
Killed in a crime? You don't mean?
Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls.
You said she was killed, but was she really?
What are you implying?
Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago when she fell off a dusky bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found.
She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead.
But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster? I believe that's the name. I believe that's the same age you are.
Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not saying.
But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. What?
Nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist.
I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I could turn this whole case on its head. Now it's my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm. Witness, just who are you anyway?
I didn't think it'd come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness.
Yes, I understand. What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself.
Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue this matter this far.
You don't mean?
Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with idiots, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses.
What did he say?
It looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go.
No, wait, but then why?
If you hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made her a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
But I thought she died 5 years ago.
We thought so as well, but, well, as you can see.
Why did she hide her identity for 5 years?
That has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime.
Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of a victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder.
Really, Miss Faye, I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost.
How dare you?
Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious, her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her.
They're just hiding secrets. That's a shame.
This is true.
What? That's a shame. He already knew who she was. I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Well, you see, I thought I was winning, but somehow he's turned it around on me.
I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten.
The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting I claim.
I think that was me.
That was you. Why you didn't say that then?
I didn't know.
That wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict.
I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. What makes you think they're empty, boy? Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets.
I am sweating bullets.
You think you're in a tough spot, huh?
Of course, aren't I?
No, you just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you.
Up to me?
Ugh. The rashness of youth, how charming.
Just coming from someone younger than me. No, then, let's not waste any more time, Miss Faye. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? I guess she wanted that $2 million diamond for herself.
She wanted that $2 million.
What you think?
Maybe, yeah.
Think that's it? Let's try it.
What is this? Oh my god. What is this? Is this the defense's idea of a joke?
If so, I certainly don't get the punchline. Will, Miss Faye? Oh, that was the rashness of youth. The rashness of youth. And what is your point in furthering such a stereotype? That was wrong. Why you didn't say nothing?
That witness stayed hidden for 5 years, kitten. There must be a good reason for that. And somehow, it must involve Valerie Hawthorne.
Okay, one more time, Mia. You gotta read the court record more carefully this time. Let me read that note.
I have no idea.
Hold on. I'm trying to see what they want again. Now then, let's not waste any more time, Miss Faye. What motive will this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? Let me see.
Okay, what's in the note?
Well, it's 4:30 at the bridge where White score for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out.
Okay, so
Right.
this is Valerie writing this note. So Falls probably reached out to her and said 4:30 at that bridge.
Red, white scarf. And then she said, talk to Dahlia.
Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. What truth?
The whole truth must come out about how they set him up or something.
Oh, that's probably it. We set you up good. We set you up good.
Present this note.
I guess.
The story starts after Terry Fallis escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth. The whole truth? There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently.
A terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Faye. What was the secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne and Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all.
Oh yes, I know this secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony. Well, what testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters. Ugh. Very well, I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it'll be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf? Oh my goodness. Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. Putting it on the old charm one more time, Dahlia. But this will be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles. How's she out of jail and met Phoenix anyway?
We'll see by the end of this case.
Witness testimony 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Fallis. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, after she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Fallis in the arm. That's when Mr. Fallis tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life.
The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again.
They rich. Why would they need to do all that if their family already rich? But anyway.
And we're to believe after all that, she murdered her sister? Preposterous!
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor? As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination. Mr. Edgeworth's got to jump on me again.
If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up, we've still got that info. That ace up our sleeve.
What info?
Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged.
That's right, it was a fake kidnapping. Terry Fallis told us that in the lobby. I'd do anything, that is you.
I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says.
What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Yeah, me and Dahlia. Valerie, too.
Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapper is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret. Cross-examination 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Fawless. Did you and Mr. Fawless have a relationship? Yes, as a tutor. You were tutoring him, Mr. Fawless? No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Mr. Fawless came to the house to tutor me. That makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14.
He probably came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. The Hawthorns are in the jewelry trade and are quite wealthy, you see.
Quite the clever fellow, that Mr. Fawless. Did I hear him right? Did he just call Mr. Fawless a clever fellow?
Lock everyone in this courtroom up.
The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister, Valerie, brought it to the bridge. I heard the diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $2 million. $2 million? It was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk. A $2 million pint of milk. I don't know what to think about that.
The defendant demanded that her sister The defendant demanded that her sister Valerie make the exchange. Not as a detective, of course, but as an individual.
By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think he wanted to make the exchange up there on the mountain? If he ever got surrounded, it would be hard to escape.
There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. With only one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety.
What a wickedly clever man that Mr. Flawless is. Yeah, right. It was all your plan. Anyway, Valerie brought the diamond to the mountain, and after she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Flawless in the arm. That was a dangerous thing to do, considering you were being held hostage. Yes, but actually, that saved my life. What do you mean? You see, Mr. Flawless was holding a knife in my right hand. In his right hand. Somehow, I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. That's when Mr. Flawless tried to kill me by shoving me off that bridge from behind. I'd like to hear more about what happened right after that moment. Well, when Mr. Flawless was shot in the right arm, he let go of me. I was dazed. I turned to try and run away, but Mr. Flawless turned to grab me as well. As I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second, and he gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin. Bloodthirsty grin? Oh! And in the next instant, what's up, Gang Queen 81?
I advised the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift.
I was the strongest swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I came to, I had been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run. Then, just one little shove from behind, that was it. Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. And that's why you hid your identity? Yes, I only told my sister. Valerie Hawthorne, eh? Yes, she's the only one who knew about me.
Meanwhile, legally, this witness has been deceased for 5 years.
didn't ever want something like that to happen to me again. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. And that new identity was Melissa Foster, right? But yes, my sister helped me get the official paperwork taken care of. That makes sense. Without an insider's help, doing all of that paperwork would have been impossible. She was the only person left in the world I could count on. And you think I killed her? There's no way I could.
It's the moment of truth for this witness, too. Once the truth about this staged kidnapping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is. Jezebel? Everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is.
I've just got to prove that kidnapping was a hoax. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Fawless.
Okay. I think I remember this one. Look at the little map thing. This one had me stuck. Yeah, okay, now I remember.
What about it?
I want you to see it.
You want me to see it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what happened when. What I'm looking for. For the case from 5 years ago?
Yeah. What did she say happened on this bridge?
She said, well, she was saying that, well, they was being held hostage, and she was being held hostage. He had her he had a knife in his left hand. The sister shot her, and she fell. He pushed her. He shoved her off the bridge.
From what position?
What position?
Well, which direction?
I don't know. Let me see. From behind.
Mm-hmm. Now look at the map again.
I don't see nothing that connects that to the map. I mean, to what she just said. What they got to do with anything?
Alright, so assuming they were standing like right there, and Valerie Hawthorne was standing right there, if he shoved her from behind, he would shove her right there.
Standing right where? Why you?
I can't point. Okay, let me try to point. Y'all can't see me pointing, but like right here.
Okay, so you're saying like where the bridge is disconnecting, there's a space between that one piece of the bridge. So you're saying the piece that's missing from the rest of that bridge, the first piece on down.
No.
Okay, now I'm saying like that piece between the bridge that's
What's
missing.
under that piece of the bridge?
Water.
No. The one I pointed at.
What you talking about?
Rock! Rock!
You didn't point at that rock.
Yes, it is. Well, if I would have pushed someone off there and they fell on the rocks, they'd be dead.
What's up, Tex? How are you tonight?
Well,
So what are you saying?
if someone was to push someone off the bridge
Yeah,
into
you
the
just said
rocks,
that.
they'd be dead. But
Right.
He is alive in front of us.
That doesn't look like that look like water.
That's part of the mountain.
Okay, y'all see where the car is and where the bridge at. So the bridge, the first missing piece is where she's supposed to have fell.
Yeah.
Does that look like
Not
water?
the first missing
Which one
piece,
you talking
just
about?
the whole thing right there.
The whole thing is missing after
Yes,
that.
that's where she fell.
pushed her from behind, and that's what she talking about.
And she fell. If she would have been pushed right there, she would have fell into the rocks and died. But she's right in the courtroom.
Oh my goodness. Anyway. So on this statement, that's when Mr. Follis tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind.
Yeah.
Okay, so... You say that Mr. Follis pushed you into the Eagle River? Oh, I'm good tonight, Tex. Thank you. Thank you for coming in and watching the stream. I appreciate it. I saw something pop up on my stream. Were you streaming earlier? Because I saw a little pop-up. Something about you. I don't know what it was. I forgot what it was when I first started streaming. You say that Mr. Follis pushed you into the Eagle River? However, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. You was playing Minecraft. Oh, okay. That's one game I never tried before, Minecraft, but my son say it's fun. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Follis. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said that's hard to believe. I should have said that's impossible. Impossible? I asked that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge now and 5 years ago. The bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind as you have claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by that bedrock below.
Bedrock?
A most certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible. Uh-oh.
Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then.
But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made a difference. You're right. If the events occurred just as the witness has testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this? Oh. You see,
Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge.
What do you mean?
After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge.
If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct? Now that you mention it, I do remember now when I fell off the bridge. My skirt got caught on me on one of the bridge's side wires. You can't be serious. Order in the court.
It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion.
Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault.
What?
I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Follis panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible.
Ridiculous! What's so impossible about it?
Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. Oh, goodness gracious. It's the bridge again, probably, huh?
Maybe.
No!
What?
I didn't know.
This,
Why? Why? What was your reasoning?
why you didn't say
I
something?
didn't know. I thought you was looking through stuff.
What did I push?
Oh,
I believe your
my
reasoning with
God.
something like this, Mr. Edgeworth, after being shot in the arm, it's possible that Mr. Flawless panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible. Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it? Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record.
We gonna lose.
What are you talking about?
The stupid photos.
No, that's for this case.
Yes. That way.
What you mean?
Look at the wires.
I guess. Your Honor, all of the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there.
But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over.
So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Flawless had been shot in the right arm. Oh, and more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range.
Ugh.
So Mr. Flawless throwing the witness off the bridge, that is clearly impossible.
Ugh.
Oh, got Edgeworth scared. Order, order, what is the meaning of this? Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally. What? What is this?
Indeed. What do you mean by such a ridiculous remark?
Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun and handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide. Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current. But even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river.
Oh, then what was it? What was so important that she jumped into the river?
The witness is still alive. The fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River.
It's over. It's over. Please. You know this.
It's the diamond.
Okay, I was finna
The
say.
diamond.
I was finna say.
5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up to the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond.
Ah! No! It can't be!
Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million, she was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Flawless to help her fake the kidnapping. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack.
Why, that's That's simply ridiculous!
Order, order, order!
Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan?
This woman is a demon. And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well?
But she was the detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping?
Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder. What do you mean by that? On the day of the murder, after receiving a phone call from Mr. Fawless, Valerie called her sister Dahlia, and then she told her what she was planning to do. Planning to do?
She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note.
That is what sealed Valerie's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne. Uh-oh. Hee. Who is that laughing at a time like this?
Yeah, me.
Forgive me, it's just hilarious. Witness? Is that you? You amuse me, woman, Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14, I plotted it with Mr. Fawless and my sister. Well, and one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide evidence to at least show that. Well, Miss Fay, I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Fay. Are you stupid or something? God, how can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Well, it seems that we've come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertion made by the defense. Of course you are. Is this it? Is it really over? That girl has made an idiot of me, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Without evidence, the trial is over? Who decided that?
Mr. Armando?
Come on now, kid. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony.
It's testimony?
On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Fall's stolen car and then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right?
Yes, that's right.
In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who is the one person who can testify to that demon woman's crimes?
Edgeworth.
Edgeworth, get up here.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
Was Faye born? What's her name? The little girl.
Pearl?
Pearls.
I don't know.
She was
Maya
born.
I think Maya probably was like 10 something. I don't know. Pearl probably wasn't born. She's 9. Anyway, our clients.
You think she gonna put him on the stand?
You gonna put him on the stand? All right.
Okay. Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness. A new witness? Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Follis.
The defendant?
There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister, Dahlia, disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Follis. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this?
Why not? The prosecution has no objection.
Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand.
Oh no.
This is my last chance, Mr. Follis. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left. Uh-oh. Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes?
I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me.
Mr. Follis, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive, and you were used for $2 million.
That's not true.
Mr. Follis, there's only one question I want to answer. The answer to 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne or was it Dahlia Hawthorne?
Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised never ever betray each other.
Terry? Oh, that's girl. The Terry?
Dahlia, it's true. You are alive.
You don't trust me anymore. That makes me sad.
Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you.
I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there is one thing that I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry. She's trying to be sweet now.
Dahlia.
I will allow Mr. Follis to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Follis, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness.
Water, please, water. Can't talk, need water.
Oh well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitter than torment itself.
Witness testimony who Terry Follis saw.
That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of Bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on Bridge. I watched my car from Bridge. I never put nobody in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia.
He's supposed to prove, Mr. Follis, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you?
That's enough, Miss Faye. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial.
Well then, Miss Faye, please proceed with your cross-examination. Is this how you want it to end, Mr. Follis? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence?
There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten. I think.
Cross-examination. Who Terry Fallis saw. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. According to the note, the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You certainly arrived early, didn't you?
It was raining, already dark too.
You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes? Mr. Fallis?
Eagle Mountain, that spot. Strong memories.
Why did he just clam up? Could it be he's hiding something here? She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. You were quite early, so you waited on the bridge, correct?
Yeah, I like waiting. I'm used to it.
I'm sure he is. Zebra Boy waited 5 years to ask a single question. To find out why a woman betrayed him. To him, 30 minutes must have been like a blink of an eye.
I watched my car from bridge. I never put nobody in that car. You were watching the car?
That bridge, other side is broken. Nobody can come from there. So, I was watching car.
What else were you expecting him to do?
I suppose that's the obvious thing to do, but something's bothering me. I'm getting that feeling of contradiction. I wonder what's on the other side of the broken bridge anyway.
No one lives there. There's a small shrine up on the mountain, but that's it.
Anyway, nobody came. No car, nothing.
Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. Mr. Fallis, think carefully now. Are you certain that it was Valerie Hawthorne?
I never feared. It's the truth. It was Valerie. I remembered her face.
Wait a minute. If you had remembered her face, then why did you make her wear a scarf as identification?
Sorry. I told a little fib. But the woman I met, she was different from the woman standing here now. She was different. It was Valerie.
We talked, then she left. What did you talk to her about anyway? Mr. Fallis?
Valerie told the truth about kidnapping 5 years ago. She said someone needed to take the blame for it. That was all I could think to do. She said that. That's why she fibbed, got me the death penalty.
And were you satisfied with that answer, witness?
Dahlia died. It was my fault. But I don't really remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I did push her in. It don't matter no more. Either way, my Dahlia, my sweet teen angel, dead.
But you just saw that she isn't dead.
After Valerie talked to me on the bridge, nothing left to live for.
That was Valerie, not my Dahlia. Right, Gang Queen 81. You should be trying to get yourself off. How can you be so sure? Oop, press the wrong button. It was raining at the time, and sunset that day was at 5 o'clock. It would have already been pretty dark on that mountain at 4:30. Please, Mr. Fallis, this is your last chance. You've already taken the fall once for something you didn't do.
That woman, it wasn't Dahlia. Stop right there. What more needs to be said?
Even if it means the death penalty, even if it means taking the blame for murder, you'll still do whatever is necessary to protect her, won't you, Mr. Flawless?
I know it's obvious, but he's clearly fibbing. He's been cursed by Dahlia Hawthorne. He'll probably go to his grave still believing her.
Mr. Flawless.
Even if you can show he's fibbing, the poor guy will still be cursed. You'll still have to point out the contradiction anyway. That's the curse of being a defense lawyer, I guess.
Now this one is fairly simple.
That day at 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I never put nobody in the car. Let me see. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia. Okay. What are you looking for? Let me see that picture.
You look comfy. You look comfy.
One woman came, she stood in front of me.
Bueno.
Go ahead.
If you were on a bridge and you walked to the bridge, right, and someone came after you, wouldn't they be to the farther side of the bridge?
Huh?
Okay. Look at the bridge photo again. So he's saying he came first.
He came first. It stood right there.
How
Watching
did
the
she
car.
get behind him? Did she teleport?
Hold on. Is this the side? If behind him, is it part of the broken bridge?
The photo was taken on the left side, right? So he came first. That means he would be standing where she's standing if she came after him.
I don't get that one.
Really? Okay, it's simple.
No, so my perspective of where they are is by the rocks.
Yes, on the left side.
Yes.
So he came first.
So he would be standing there.
No, he would be standing where she's standing. Alright, when she came and she went on the bridge, if she was in front of him, she wouldn't even be on the bridge. She would be on the left side.
We're talking about two different directions.
Okay, what else you talking about?
I'm talking about this. You see where the rock is? Is that where? That's why she set the camera up, and that's where the broken pieces of the bridge are, right?
No.
Where the broken
They're on this side of the bridge.
by the car?
Yes. He came first.
Ah,
so
you know what?
already
Hold
across the
on.
bridge.
You
If
know
she
what?
Came
So-
secondly, how did she get behind him?
Okay, so where she was standing, it's like right where it says Eagle River.
Yes.
Is where the camera was supposed to take the picture. Okay, so if he came first, he would be like where it started breaking, right? Hold on, but the river. Okay, so this picture is showing like the opposite side where they at now, right by Eagle River, where it says Eagle River.
I don't care. Now you confuse me.
So they're standing, right by the car, like right by the, not by the car, but in the. But how would he have gotten across the bridge on this side?
Okay. Okay, let me show you. I gotta get up.
I wish I could. Let me see. How can I show the point of y'all? Hold on.
This. Alright, he came. He came right here. And then he went across.
Ooh, let me see. I'm trying to see if I can show the pointer in this scene.
Mia's gonna explain it afterwards anyway, so.
Anyway, okay, where you say he was standing?
So he came. And then, boom, he came right here.
Okay, he came where the you see the X by the
So
in the
if
river.
she came second, how did she get right here? Because from the photo's perspective, he's right here.
Okay, let's
She's
just let the
right.
game explain it. Okay, so what do I present?
It was a stupid photo of them standing there.
If he went first, he would be on the side of the broken bridge. That's what I'm thinking. But at first I thought that the broken bridge was where the rocket, but the bridge where the rocket is where the car is.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it. Just present it. Just present it.
So when you got to the bridge. Let me stop. I'm laughing at myself, y'all. Okay. So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're sure, huh? Well, then I'm sure too, Mr. Follis. I'm sure that you're fibbing.
Huh? Whoa!
Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Faye.
You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the first one at the end of the bridge, right?
But that's the victim at the end of the bridge.
Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Follis, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Mr. Follis, please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth.
I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had somewhere to go. A special place.
Did you go to this special place before you went to the bridge?
Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We promised we wouldn't betray each other. She bought a memento to represent our love.
A memento?
5 years ago, I hid it on the base of a tree there. It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I went to get.
She done gave him the necklace she gave to Nick. The Phoenix. This little bottle on a necklace is your memento? You shouldn't have teeth. He shouldn't have teeth from biting on that ball, on that steel ball. Right, that's what I said. How is he biting on that thing? It's quite charming, but it looks empty. Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car.
No!
Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it. I've still got a chance. Mr. Follis, there's no mistaking it. Huh? Mr. Follis? Was there blood?
That's enough. Please.
Witness.
I promised her 5 years ago. If it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then
Look, he done chewed the ball so much his mouth bleeding. Game Queen 81.
no. We're supposed to drink bottle. No! Stop the trial! Your Honor, we need a recess! I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. Drank this.
No, we are so close. Just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence.
No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again.
Mr. Follis.
Mr. Armando. Thanks for the coffee.
Mr. Follis. What happened? What was that in that bottle? Poison? And so my first trial ended suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep into my soul, I thought I'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonic. Shut up.
Demonic.
I was reading too. She left the courtroom with a secret smile on her dramatically sweet face.
Unforgivable. That witch.
Mr. Armando?
We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten.
It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Follis killed himself.
Don't cry, kitten. You're gonna make my coffee all salty.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this.
Mia. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
How you cut your hand? Mr. Armando.
No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them. One year later, in this very same courthouse, I, myself, got wrapped up in that case. Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face.
Look who talking. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can say them, I can't stand it out.
It's finally all over. At least that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that's made me remember all this.
Episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings, the end.
Oh, how'd y'all feel about that ending? Did y'all expect it?
I wasn't expecting. So she had poison in there all along.
Yup, and she was gonna do the same thing to Phoenix if Mia didn't do it.
I told you she been a murderer since she was 14. Dahlia Hawthorne, she needs to be put away in jail, in prison.
Yes, that
She started off young, being a criminal.
Anyway, next time we gonna get to that final case.
How the final case is.
It's good.
Okay, well I'll be back tomorrow with Skyward Sword. I hope you all enjoyed that episode. It was so-so. It wasn't one of my favorite ones, but
because you lost. Because you lost.
No, I don't know. Anyway, I enjoyed playing it.
You salty?
Yeah, sure. I'm salty, huh? All right. If you like what you see, if you don't mind subscribing to the channel, I'd appreciate it. Also, if you don't mind just liking the video, hit that. What was it?
Nope.
Smash that like button. All right, Game Queen 81. We also had Dolphin Power in the chat, Yeti and Tex. If you all still watching, y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Good night, Game Queen 81, and good night to everyone else that's watching. I will talk to you all on the next one.